Well, you know what? I want to talk about my threads here because, you know, these are one of our sponsors right here, right? Into the AM. I mean, they do got some phenomenal looking stuff. I mean, when we talk about how this thing looks as I get the logo up here on the website. But dude, just check it out, man. We got the bear. And he looked like he going on a fun ride.
Where's he at? Wyoming? Montana?
Man, you know what? It might be, let's go UW. We might be in Wyoming. Could be Mars. Could be the backside of that red planet. And he just going on one of the magical rides. But we talk about Into the AM, right? And how ultimately they always are about providing content, providing hot merchandise for the content creators like ourselves, man. With awesome threads, which, by the way, I do feel good in this, and you see the color on it, baby. You can't go wrong. But not just that, man. We got a couple cool things going on with Into the AM. As we already said before, man, if you use the promo code MOATS10, you'll get 10% off of your purchases. But more importantly, man, they got these cool deals going on that you can actually combine that promo code with. So, for example, $3. I mean, you can get 3 of these graphic style tees for $60. But when you use that promo code MOATS10, you get your 10% off. Ha ha ha. Now you see how we cooking over here, along with for the people that like the basic tees. Because I remember you, Deke, you was like, you know, the graphic tee, that's more your style, Moats. But I'm a little bit more reserved. I can see.
Yeah. Plain white tee or something with the little logo on the side.
That's it.
Maybe one of the long sleeve shirts. Same. Just a little logo. Something you could layer with, you know, especially with fall coming up. Can't
go wrong with that at all. They got those options as well. 3 shirts for $39.95, not $40, $39.95. So you can get 3 of those basic tees with that. But make sure you use that promo code MOATS10. And once again, let me put that up here for you. Bam. Good old Steelers versus Packers. Well, as we always start our breakdowns, man, we'll start with 3 things that we happen to like about the Green Bay Packers.
You want to go first?
Nah, man, I like when you go first, man. Because I went first last week anyways. Yeah. We got to like alternate. I go, then you go, and I go, then you go.
Okay. I don't know if I want to just stick all offense with this one.
You could. You definitely could. I wouldn't even fault you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I might.
I couldn't even fault you for that one.
I might. I'm gonna go. Should I list off all 3 or just go one at a time?
If you can go all 3. You go all 3.
Okay.
Yeah, just positive though. 3 positives. Don't give me the negatives just yet. Just give me the positives, and then I get my positives, and we'll go like that.
No, obviously Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Number 2, Devontae Adams, and then number 3, Aaron Jones.
Okay.
That's their 3 biggest positives. Defense looks kind of decent. I think their defensive line gets after the quarterback at times. And then obviously Alexander's a stud. Mm-hmm. Safeties are good. I would just point to those 3 guys on offense being the main positives, in my opinion, when I'm thinking about the Packers. Because Aaron Jones has had a pretty solid season thus far. And I do give some credit to the offensive line for that. They're opening them up some holes, even though I don't think they're the best pass protection of all times. They have a semblance of a running game, and Aaron Jones is taking advantage of that, and he's good in the pass-catching game too. Devontae Adams is just an overall stud. He's probably, worst case, a top 3 receiver right now, probably in conversation for the best receiver in the league. Yeah. He's in his prime, and then Aaron Rodgers is pretty damn good.
I mean, we wanted Aaron Jones. Remember, that was one of our guys we were talking about. Like, man, if he's gonna leave Green Bay, like, what's up? We're gonna upgrade this running back room. Let's do that. But nah,
the one thing I see with him is some of that speed that he has. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's necessarily better than Najee. He's had a better career thus far. He's had a better season, and I think Najee's future is still bright. But that type of element we might be missing with McFarland being out. Mm-hmm. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket for McFarland because he didn't really prove anything last year, but it seemed like he improved in the preseason, the offseason. So maybe there's an element we could use McFarland on our side that I'm seeing with Green Bay with that speed with Aaron Jones.
Not facts, man, because you definitely see they get him that rock in a couple of multiple ways, right? In space, but you just see he plays with a good tempo, man. I like that though. I like that. So you said Rodgers, Devontae, and Aaron. Man, I could definitely respect that.
Yeah.
All right, I had dropped it in the chat. William McClung, in terms of the 3 things that he liked about the Green Bay Packers, he brought up Aaron Rodgers. He said Devontae Adams, and he also said their secondary. I think you had hit on that a little bit as well.
I'd say just Alexander, though, really, for their secondary. Maybe if you want to include their safeties, but I don't think they have much depth outside of him.
All right.
I kind of like our potential matchup there.
Now, for me, because, here we go. Sal Mara, in terms of what they liked about the Green Bay Packers. Once again, they go Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and they say the defense as a whole. Okay. And then Leonard Gillum just simply says Rodgers, and oh, yes, Rodgers.
Yeah, that's what CDez86 says, too.
I could definitely see that. Okay.
Yeah, so, I'm trying to look for anyone else here. That's all I'm seeing right now.
Okay.
Logan Newman says Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and play calling.
Okay, yeah, they got was it LaFleur? Yeah, I can see that. All right, so for me, man, the three things I like. I said number one was Aaron Rodgers. I think that he that week one he might have just been sending a message to the organization that he was pissed, but since then, I mean, my man is gifted. I mean, he looks flawless out there at times. It's crazy and effortless in terms of how he works with the rock in his hand. So he was the first one. Devontae Adams, number two. Even though I'm still trying to figure out what happened to him in that game. If that wasn't a concussion, I don't know what that was.
No, him coming back.
When my man got hit, we all thought he was dead. He laid lifeless. We saw the camera zoom in on him. He didn't look like he was with us in the present. And then before we know it, 2 minutes later, he's back on the field. I couldn't believe it. So if he's, everything is good, he's not whacked out, then yeah, obviously Devontae Adams, because the dude can straight ball. I mean, like you said, he's top three at worst. Like, bless you.
Thank you.
I actually enjoy watching him now too, man, because I remember he was talking on the broadcast about he watches Lamar Jackson highlights to like get his jukes up.
Oh, he was juking left and right these last couple games.
Crazy, yeah.
They get him the ball really short past the line of scrimmage, a couple yard pass, kind of like what we've been doing. But he makes jukes and everything. Yeah, kind of like what we want to do with Deontay Johnson. Right. But Devontae Adams is like just a legitimate all around receiver.
Yeah, it is crazy right now. And then the last one, man, has Alexander. I think it was Jair, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jair Alexander. I like his game, man. Obviously he's their captain of that defense. I would have had a different person right here, but that person isn't available to me right now. So yes, man, Alexander, I think that in terms of his coverage ability, I really enjoy watching him play. I think that, he matches up well with anybody just because of his size and his athletic ability and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that those are my three things though, man. Yep. Jair Alexander, Devontae Adams, and Aaron Dagon Rodgers. All right. So now it's time to drop the three things that we may not be so happy about, or that we don't like about the Green Bay Packers. So with that being said, you can go first.
Number one, I'm going to say the pass protection for Rodgers. It seems like they're getting the ball out quick, and then whenever he does have to drop back a little bit, other teams can get pressure on him. Mm-hmm. So that's number one. And I actually think, and I mentioned this with Aaron Jones, though, they've been able to run block kind of good. Yeah. They've actually been able to have a semblance of a running game. So just in pass protection, I think their offensive line is a little bit shaky. Obviously, they don't have Bakhtiari out there. Number two, I'm going to go with their cornerback depth, and I hinted at that earlier as well. Outside of Jair Alexander, they got King, the dude that got burnt last year, and a bunch of names kind of like what we're dealing with over here in Pittsburgh. They're hoping that they step up.
Maybe they got an island out there.
Eric Stokes is a rookie. He actually had a couple pass interference calls last week.
Oh, it's not Stokes Island? Dang. All right. I'm trying to see who got real estate out there in Green Bay. Who got the islands out there?
Yeah, because King missed last game, and Stokes had to take on a more prominent role, and he was getting pass interferences left and right. And then they just have a bunch of other dudes. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say no names, but you get my point with that. Mm-hmm. I don't think they have the best cornerback depth, and you're able to see it. Like Jared Goff was able to go off against them a little bit whenever he played. I will say this, though. Jimmy G just kind of looked like trash, but I did see some points where just like, okay, like I was saying with Stokes getting those pass interference calls, that the receivers outside of the dudes like Alexander was covering. It's like, okay, I think there's some ways that we could make some plays here on offense with our receivers.
Okay.
And then next, I have mixed reviews on their like defensive line and pressure right now because at times they are able to get after the quarterback, other times they're not.
Yep.
So I'll just say that because I don't want to put it completely on one side and say the defensive line's like completely trash. But I'll just say maybe a little inconsistency, like getting after the quarterback, getting that type of pressure.
Okay.
They've been pretty decent stopping the run, though.
All right. No, I like that.
Those are my 3.
All right. Let me see in the chat. That's what I'm searching for right now to see what people are saying they did not like about the Packers. Let's see. There's a whole bunch going on in this chat right now. All right. Space Boy says, I don't like that they have Aaron Rodgers. I don't like that they have a running game. And I don't like that they have a better team than us. Lord, Space Boy, that's how you feel this morning? Man, you should have stayed in space a little bit longer, man. Come down a little bit easier today, baby. But nah, either way, man, major love to you. All right.
Q says linebackers, defensive play calling, and Kevin King.
Okay. Let's see. What else do we have in here?
Trina Steele Diva says their secondary is definitely beatable. We got to get our receivers moving. There's an Eagles fan in here chirping a little bit.
Oh. I did see Fly Eagles flying. I didn't know what that was, man.
Yellowka says defensive run game, wide receivers behind Adam. Actually, that's a good point, too.
Mm-hmm.
Their wide receiver depth. I would put that.
I like Anthony. Was it Lazard?
Yeah.
I kind of like his game though, man.
Actually, I would put them at my 3 spot over like their defensive line front 7, like their inconsistencies. I would say, their depth at the receiver position.
Okay.
Because I mean, Adams has like 300 something yards, and you're right. Like they got nice players. Randall Cobb, Valdez Scantling, Lazard's not bad. They haven't been doing too much this season, though. Yeah, if you're asking me last year, like they stepped up in moments, but so far there's a pretty big drastic drop off between Devontae Adams and those guys. Like they're going to target Devontae Adams like 15 times.
And why shouldn't they? Right, until somebody can stop it.
I'm with them on that.
Yeah. All right. So to just official, your 3 you said was the
cornerback depth after Alexander,
the pressure up front, or in terms of just like how consistent it is.
Offensive line protection. Right. Yeah.
Okay, and then what was it?
I'm going to say the receiver depth after Devontae Adams, yeah.
Got you. Not like that. I could definitely see that, man. Yo, it's real life a Eagles fan in here really going at it. I respect it. Hey, Eagles forever. I'm glad you're in the chat. Y'all got my boy Javon Hargrave, so you know it's always love over there, man. But yeah, you stand. Just make sure you like the stream while you in here, though, all right?
Well, that, and we're at 107. We got a little over 300 people.
You know, let's get
to like 200 at least. 200 likes. That'd be nice.
It's free to participate, baby. All you need to do is hit the like, though. Just ding. Just hit that one time. All right, Mr. Eagle, forever. Shout out to you. But for me, man, the 3 things that I dislike about this group right now for the Packers, their O-line health. David Bakhtiari is not available, right? Elgington Jenkins, I believe he was their guard who went out to play tackle to back up Bakhtiari. He's potentially unavailable this week as well. We obviously know that I believe it should have been their right guard, I want to say, who's dealing with, he's questionable coming into this game. So as a whole, we know protection is key in this NFL, as we see with our quarterback, right? But knowing that they're banged up like that, even though I thought they played well, the guys that were playing well in that Niners game still are in question coming into this game now. So if that group was already a little bit lessened of a group, it could be even, less come Sunday, which would be very beneficial for us as well. So that was the first thing that I said. The second thing that I didn't like was they don't have Zadarius Smith right now. We talked about the pass rush, right? And you were hitting to it in terms of why it's inconsistent, because Zadarius Smith isn't out there. Zadarius and Preston Smith, when they're together, that's kind of like when we have Bud and TJ together. They play off each other. They both have been double-digit sack guys in the same season while they've been in Green Bay together. They do that. Like, I love watching those 2 guys rush. But Zadarius has been out. He's dealing with a back injury. He's on IR, so he won't be available this week. So when you talk about Preston's good, but they look at Preston how we looked at Bud compared to TJ. Like, they think Preston's good, but he's not better than Zadarius. We thought Bud was good, but he's not better than TJ. So right now, with them not having Zadarius, I do think that benefits us in a big way. Now, Preston's still going to be a good rusher and stuff like that, but he's not Zadarius. So to me, that was the biggest thing. I'm like, I don't like the fact that they don't have him out there. Or maybe I do like that for us. Don't like it for them, love it for us, though.
Yeah, and then they have a little bit of like a turnstile going with their other outside linebackers, other rushers going on. Outside of who's the dude? Is it Kenny Clark? Is that what his name is? I forget what his name is, but he's their nose tackle. He's pretty damn good. But like there are other guys on that front seven. Yeah. It's kind of like a turnstile right now.
Yep. And then the last thing I said, man, I know I was like, I had some options here. I could have went secondary depth. I looked at that a little bit. But for me, because I can't go wide receiver just because I'm like, man, I love what Devontae Adams is. And as long as you have him out there, it's hard to fault that group because he's just so dominant. But man, I was looking at their kickoff coverage, man. Same way how we had that opener in Buffalo where we almost got went to the house. For a fact,
that's how the 49ers got back in that game.
Absolutely. And I'm thinking to myself, we know we have a return man in Ray McCloud. He just hasn't had these opportunities this season. But we know he's very much capable of hurting teams in the special teams unit. And to me, when I think of how the Steelers could get a win versus the Packers, special teams, defense, those two areas are going to have to make some extra plays over there. And I think with the way this kickoff coverage unit looks, with a guy like Ray McCloud, that could also be something that I like a lot for us.
Yeah. So dude, I was talking about it was Kenny Clark.
So, okay.
They got a nice linebacker right now that they're pretty high on, this Devondre Campbell. But dude,
no, I like him, man. He's a good player. He came from Atlanta. This is 6 years in the league, but it's his first year with Green Bay right now.
Yeah, they're liking him over there. Like he's outperformed what they thought he was gonna be. But like everyone else outside of Preston Smith and Kenny Clark, yeah, it's just a bunch of names right now. Right.
And Devondre, it's weird because he's productive, but I don't like the position he plays all the way. Because he's kind of like a Sam linebacker in base where he's like walked up at times like on the perimeter. But then he goes inside on sub ball to do coverage stuff. Like he can cover. And like I said, he's effective. But it's just weird. Like I would think you would play like a guy like him just in the middle and let him be able to go left and right. But when they just ice him to one side at times, I'm like, well, he's not a chase down from behind guy. Like with TJ, where you run away from, he's going to make that play. Like that's not his game. But I mean, he's been super productive. I just think they could get more out of him, using him a little bit differently. But, to each his own. And they ain't got my guy Pettin out there anymore either. So, I can't even talk. All right.
I'm just surprised the 49ers were even in that game.
Wait, because of how fast it got ugly. Yeah, because I'm going to say, was it?
Yeah, Packers were up. The Packers were up 14 or 17 points in the first half. And then that's when, they got the kickoff return. Yeah. There was a lot of penalties, I thought, in the second half. They kept the 49ers in it, kept the drives going because Garoppolo, he didn't really look right. Yeah. But yeah, they were able to keep it relevant somehow. But that's one of the things I'm liking about our matchup here. Everyone sees the Aaron Rodgers, the 30-second play and stuff. But dude, they were having a little bit of a tough time against the Lions. They cleaned it up in the second half, but also even against the 49ers. Like this team's definitely beatable. When we talk about some of these matchups, like they don't have too much depth outside of their top cornerback, too much depth outside of their top receiver with Devontae Adams. O-line's a little shaky. They can't get a running game going. Like there's definitely holes in this team. Like we could definitely expose. Yeah. I'm excited actually.
You should be. It's been a fun game, man.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun game. All right, let me see what some of the chat talking about, man. We had a CDs 86 says defensively we are banged up, but offensively the blame goes to coaching / play calling. Chase Claypool is it got cut off real quick. There we go. Chase Claypool is wide receiver number 4. Whoa. And Ben is not the issue. # leave him alone. I
don't agree with the Claypool wide receiver 4 call.
Gosh. Wide receiver 4.
He's still pretty good. I'm questioning if he's a wide receiver 1. I don't think he's proven that yet. That's all.
You threw the 4 on him though. Jeez.
No.
That's pretty harsh.
No, we need Claypool out there.
Yeah, that's pretty harsh, man.
Especially with these other injuries we're dealing with at receiver.
That's the truth, man. We had Black and Martyr though. Black and Martyr, shout out to you as well, man. Appreciate your support as always. He says, "Morning, fellas. Hit the like button, fam." It does have a point. Still at about 318, 320-ish. And we only have about 149 likes. I don't know, Black and Martyr. Maybe they still sleep. They haven't fully woken up and baked their oven the way they needed to just yet. Maybe that's what's going on, all right? But either way, we'll hold fast. But in the meantime, I'm going to drop this in the chat because we do got these cool little emojis that are of me and Deke. So whenever you see something cool and you want to drop a big Deke emoji, you got Big Deke down there. If you're feeling Motown, drop the most emoji, all right? But either way, those are in the chat now available, all right? So definitely check those out, or at least I think I uploaded those things the right way. We will see, though.
Yeah,
it was one of them nights. I was having a little fun. Every once in a while, you got to research, and then you start researching while you're researching. Before you know it, you're like, light bulb, boom. So, yeah. And I see your Roscoe Smokes. Yeah. When you feel that big Deke energy, you drop the big Deke energy emoji, man. All right.
Cool.
And if you're feeling a little mosey over here, man, well, you just know I'm geeking.
That's dope.
So yeah, man. I see your juice box. Yeah. So those are available to you. Yes, they are. All right. We also had young Papi Bonito says, I am begging Pittsburgh to invest into the O-line. Trust me, we all are, because we know if they can fix that part, I promise you, it minimizes a ton of the negativity, a ton of it. But right now, I just don't know how realistic that's going to be in terms of them improving it going into week 4. I just don't know what they're going to do between now and Sunday to change that.
Bro, that's what I think the big difference is between, as I'm watching the Packers offense versus our offense, is the offensive line. They're competent in the running game. They're not the best pass protectors, and I see the Packers getting the ball out quick a lot, and then Aaron Rodgers picks his spots.
Yep.
Which is what, if the offensive line could block in the running game and Najee Harris could do what Aaron Jones is doing, our offense could look so much different.
But do you see the separation their wide receivers get on the deep ball? Like not even just short term, like the deep ball, like
mainly Devontae Adams.
Right, when Rodgers throwing the deep ball, it's like 3 yard separation. We don't have 3 yard separation. When we're throwing the deep ball, it's they're touching each other, and it's either going to be a jump ball or you got to do something spectacular. That's the part we were talking about in terms of the separation. That part does show in a big way. Now, we saw James Washington get a little separation, but obviously we missed on that throw, and that's the popcorn effect, right? Of all right, you finally get the separation, we missed on the throw. Then when we hitting on the throw, we don't got the separation. And then you throw in, oh, all right, we did have everything complete, but then it was a holding penalty. So, yeah.
Well, that's my thing, too, because Aaron Rodgers has played really good, but he has missed throws, though. He's missed deep balls. He's been a little bit inaccurate here and there. But what they have is a running game where you're not relying on just that one deep ball at that one point in the game. Like, you have to connect it, and you're relying everything on it. Whereas that's with us, because all these holding penalties, we can't get a running game going. Because if they miss the deep ball, all right, we're just going to hand it off. We're going to get 4 or 5 yards. That's pretty much a guarantee. Yeah. We don't have that right now. If we can, it could be such a completely different story.
Yeah, absolutely, man.